What's going on, y'all? It's the Caveman back at it again with another video, and y'all, I'm rocking that T-Bass merch. You got the T-Bass shirt on. I love this shirt. I got it from my girlfriend's father. I love this shirt a lot. This shirt is fantastic. T-Bass, one of the best kickers, one of the best rookie kickers to ever do it. But anyway, if you clicked on this video, you know what this video is about. And just to give you a quick synopsis, say you're, maybe you're not a part of the Bills Mafia, or you're particularly the biggest Bills fan and you're watching this video. We, over in Bills Twitter, we like to call it, we have this big account that runs, Buffalo media, Buffalo social media, and it's called the Buffalo Fanatics. They kind of run, pretty much a majority of anything Buffalo. They are the biggest fan page that we have here in Buffalo. This page is humongous. It gives us all the updates we ever need. It gives us great opinions. It gives us any information, anything. The Buffalo Fanatics is the page to follow if you are a Buffalo football fan. And one of the co-founders of this Buffalo Fanatics fan page, actually named Rico, he's one of the co-founders of the Buffalo Fanatics, took to Twitter after Nick Wright went out on one of his famous, bullshit rants and saying that only one other team in the NFL should not be calling for Deshaun Watson right now, and that would be the Kansas City Chiefs. And I was going to make a video about the whole Watson thing and talk about where he should go, where he shouldn't go, but I felt like after what just transpired, after what I'm just going to talk about, after that all went down, I felt like I really didn't have to even make a video like that because this will do enough of my talking. So Nick Wright goes on this rant and he mentions the Buffalo Bills because, of course, that's his main source of clicks is by mentioning the Bills, and he says that Bills Mafia, don't lie. If you got the opportunity to trade Watson for Allen, you would do it in a heartbeat. And all Bills Mafia is like, hell no, Nick. Like, you're crazy. Of course, no one on earth, not a single Bills fan on earth would ever make a trade like that. Why on earth would we give away Josh Allen, the guy we built up, the guy we've embraced here, the guy that has brought us to the AFC Championship game for Deshaun Watson? As great as Deshaun Watson is, no discredit to him, why on earth would any Bills fan ever consider that? Well, like I mentioned, the Bills Mafia fan page, or the Bills Fanatics fan page, was co-founded by a guy named Rico, and you would think that out of all Bills fans, he would be one of the front runners to saying hell no to such a trade, but he actually took to Twitter and tweeted this out and basically said, if we got this opportunity, I'm not only considering it, but I'm accepting the trade. He's saying, how do you pass on Deshaun Watson? He did this, and this with Will Fuller and Brandon Cooks, blah, blah, blah. I don't remember the tweet word for word. I'll throw it up on the screen. But nevertheless, I was stunned when I read this. And I think the rest of Bill's Twitter was stunned when Rico, the co-founder of Buffalo Fanatics, took to Twitter, quote tweeted a Nick Wright take and agreed with it. The day I thought I'd see this, I never thought a day like this would come. So there's a couple ways to think about this. I think there was a big debate about whether or not Josh Allen or Deshaun Watson is the better quarterback. That's not what this video is going to be about. That's not what I'm going to break down here. I think Deshaun Watson at this very, very moment is the better quarterback. I think it's kind of hard to say he's not, but I think it's a very, very, very small difference. It's a very small gap. I don't think trading for Deshaun Watson, I don't think if we had Deshaun Watson in the game against the Chiefs in the AFC Championship game, we even come close to winning that game anyway. I mean, the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They played outstanding that game. Having Deshaun Watson at quarterback does not help us there. I think Rico seemed to think so since he took to a thread and said that as well. But anyway, I just think, why do you think there's not a gap that's big enough between Watson and Allen to ever consider this trade? Like I said, I don't want to compare the two because Watson is slightly better. I just think Allen's potential, Allen's ceiling, we can't see it right now. Allen could be once he's at his peak, he can be 400 times better than what he is right now, and that's pretty scary to think about. Deshaun Watson's only been in the league a year longer, but I feel like he's not hit his ceiling yet, but I think he's somewhat getting there. I think Josh Allen's potential is far higher, and I'm taking for the long term and even the short term. Like I said, I don't think Watson's that much better than Allen, where I'm taking Watson over Allen right now, considering how high Josh Allen's potential is. So with that being said, I'm not taking that trade from a business standpoint. From an NFL strictly business standpoint, there's absolutely no reason to trade away the guy that just brought you to the AFC Championship away for a guy that's just slightly better. When the guy you have right now, you built, you embraced here, you made into your own. The guy that just brought you to the AFC Championship game, there's no reason why you're giving that guy up for somebody that really doesn't give you an upgrade that much at all. I was talking to one of my friends about this take that Rico made, and my friend was saying basically that Rico was basically only trying to say that Watson is the better quarterback than Allen, but he just took a poor way of going about it. He went about it in a poor way. But I disagree. Rico was tweeting out that he would take Watson over Allen in the short term and the long term. When you're accepting that trade, you have to look at all the aspects that come into it. And he was saying Rico wasn't really considering the long term or any other outside aspects. He was basically just saying Watson is better than Allen. He wasn't doing that. Rico was actually saying he would take Watson over Allen, and he did not seem to think twice about it because Rico got a lot of backlash for this tweet. And, you know, going through the replies, he only defended his standpoint, and he died on the hill that he originally stood on. He was replying to every single person he could and giving his reasoning as to why. And the one thing that irked me the most, the one thing, is somebody replied to him. This is my biggest thing. My biggest thing was what somebody said. They replied saying this would lose the locker room. And he said, LOL, no it wouldn't. We'd be gaining a good locker room guy in Watson or something like that. That bothered me. To not acknowledge how awful this kind of trade would be, how just backstabbing, how sickening doing something like this would be. To think that just trading away the guy you built here, the guy that was embraced here, the guy that you molded to be your own, just trading him away, just swapping him away for somebody that's barely an upgrade and expecting the locker room to take it well, expecting the fans to take it well, expecting anybody to take it well that's a Bills fan, to expect that to go over well is blasphemy. To think that that's okay, to think that they would flip-flop and it would be like nothing happened, you have to be, you got to rethink it. I mean, no disrespect to Rico whatsoever while making this video, but why do you think that would go over so well? Out of all people, you would know what Buffalo has been prided on. We haven't had a good football team to be brought together for a long time now. We have not had that. Bills Mafia has become the Bills Mafia. The Bills fan base has become what it is because we have come together through times when our team was awful. We have come together so tightly, become such a tight-wounded foundation family. We stick together and we're with each other. We have our guys' backs no matter what. You know, that's just what Bills Mafia is about. And after years and years of misery, of awful football teams and 4 Super Bowl losses that I wasn't even alive for, I can only imagine what Bills fans, you know, my dad, you know, that generation went through watching those games. I didn't even live through that. And for me to be miserable watching all these years and to finally have a good team that was built around this guy, this Josh Allen, this franchise quarterback, to say that you'd flip-flop on him like that, a guy that we've embraced as family, a guy that we brought in as a household name. Everybody knows Josh Allen. Everybody loves Josh Allen. To be willing to just say, yeah, I'd do that trade and just swap him for Watson without even thinking twice. And the proceeding to reply to over 200 people. I don't know how many people he actually replied to, but there were over 200 replies and he replied to a good amount of them. And to proceed to defend your take, even when it comes down to a moral standpoint, how can you consider yourself that to me is ripping out everything Bills that is a part of you. Like, that is what makes us Bills fans, is the lack of bandwagons. You know, we come together because we're the Bills Mafia. We stick together no matter how bad our team is. You know, we're a family, we're a foundation. We embrace our players. And to say you just backstab Josh Allen, to flip on him like that, I mean, forget the rest of the analytics and statistics, whether or not Allen is better than Watson or whatever. In my opinion, it's greedy and it's sad. You know, I don't know how else to put it. Like, I'm trying to reiterate what I'm trying to say and what I'm thinking, what I'm feeling about how somebody could think this way. You know, I get it. The NFL's a dirty business. The NFL is a scum. It's a tough, it's a harsh reality. But just to consider something like this, we finally have a franchise quarterback, a guy that brought us to the AFC Championship game. This guy has done wonders for us. He's brought so many smiles to our faces. He's done everything for the city of Buffalo. And you're just willing to snap your fingers and flip him out like that, to just throw him out the back door and say, you know, bring in the new guy that is barely even better in the first place. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I'm just trying to find different ways to put it, to explain my emotions, because it works me up. And I'm doing my very best not to be disrespectful to Rico, because I respect his opinion. He's a smart guy. But to me, this is the last thing you could ever be thinking about. The quarterback position, no matter who's out there, no matter who's on the market, Deshaun Watson is going to be as good as it gets when it comes to the quarterback market. We should not even have, it's one thing to have the conversation like, what if Watson came to Buffalo? What if? It's one thing to just have the conversation, but to take to Twitter as the co-founder of Buffalo Fanatics and to make the statement after making it to the AFC Championship game, to make the statement that you would just simply trade away Josh Allen for Deshaun Watson without even thinking twice, and then defending that take, and then defending it, going on to defend it, is just, it's blasphemy. It's mind-blowing. To me, that shows me that you're not you're not a Bills fan. Like, I don't know how else to put it. I'm sorry, but how else do I put that? Like, to even consider such a trade. Like, if you want to make the if what Rico was doing was just trying to say that Watson is better than Allen right now, if that's all he was doing, he could have taken it the way Pat Moran did. He took to Twitter, I believe that's how you say his last name, I'm not completely sure, but Pat Moran took to Twitter and said, yeah, I'm never trading Josh Allen, but to say that Watson isn't better than Allen right now, stop it. He said something like that. It'll be on screen. And that's fine. If you want to address it that way, if that's what Rico was trying to say, that's fine. But to me, that's not what he was trying to say. He was saying he would take the trade and there would be no ifs, ands, buts about it. That's sickening. That's sad. That's greedy. That just takes away from anything Buffalo that you are. Like, we're the Bills Mafia. We're the Buffalo fan base. We're the family. You know, we come together and to just willingly backstab Allen, screw, like, that would be just, I don't know. I'm sickened, you know. That's how I feel about it. I don't know how else to put my emotions. It works me up. It really does. It's one of those things where how can you ever fathom thinking that way? What? There's no argument. There's no way around saying that you would take Watson over Allen. There's no argument you can make where that makes sense. It doesn't make sense from a standpoint of strictly business. From an NFL standpoint, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't give you that much of an upgrade. Allen has much more potential than Watson does at this very moment. And from a morale standpoint, it's sick, honestly. I said, I mean, no disrespect to Rico or anybody that feels this way, anybody that would ever consider making this trade or would say yes to this trade. I mean, no disrespect to you, but I'm sorry, it's not right. That ain't it, man. If you're a Bills fan, this thought should never cross your mind. So yeah, I mean, that's about it. I don't know how else to put it. I don't want to keep repeating myself and reiterating everything I'm saying, but it's sick to me. It's just pretty sickening. But anyway, I want to know what you guys think of Rico's take. I want to know what you think of my opinions. I want to know what you think of the video. If you enjoyed the video, like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff. Hit the bell for the notifications to know when I upload. If you want to follow me on Twitter as well, go right ahead. You guys have been great to me as always. I love having conversations with you guys down in the comments, so please just keep leaving comments. I always try to reply to everybody I can, everybody, and every comment that I see. I always try to reply, and I love you guys. You guys are awesome, and I hope you guys stick around for the next video. Peace.